Welcome in, everyone. I hope you guys are doing great wherever you're watching from today. We have a big development coming out of Venezuela with Trump. Trump is dropping the hammer. The time for negotiations has come to an end. The time for words has come to an end. There will be no more negotiations with Venezuela. And what do I always say? When the talking stops, the shooting starts. And it appears we're as close as we've ever been to this situation with Venezuela going completely off the rails. And now that they have shut down any opportunity to reach a diplomatic solution, the only other outcome we have left is combat. So we will see where we go from here. We are at the brink. I'm going to break down exactly what has happened, the decision the Trump administration has made, and I will give you my straightforward thoughts, and I want to hear your thoughts. Before we get started, as always, please make sure to like and subscribe. Totally free. Cost you nothing. Huge boost to the channel. Comment with your thoughts below. How do you think this situation is going to go? Do you want to see the United States bomb Venezuela? Do you think we will bomb Venezuela? Let me know in the comments below. Hit that notification bell. All notifications turned on. You won't miss a single thing. And then right here, bottom of the screen, Instagram, David_Hookstead, X, D Hookstead. That's where you can find me on social media. My DMs are open. Please give me a follow. Now let's get into it. We have watched for a significant period of time, a couple months at this point, a massive military buildup in the Caribbean. We have watched warships surround Venezuela. We have seen F-35 stealth fighters move into position in Puerto Rico. We flew some of those F-35 stealth fighters right off the coast of Venezuela to trigger Venezuela's air defense system so that we could paint it essentially and know where everything was. The Venezuelan government and military, because they're not very smart, decided to activate that air defense system, not realizing we were baiting them, and they fell for it. They fell for the trap. So I guess that's a win for the good guys. On top of that, we've watched drug boats get blown up. We've seen spy flights. The MV Ocean Trader, JSOC's non-existent ghost ship, was in the region I believe, nearby the U.S. Virgin Islands. It has disappeared. That ship can carry up to 200 operators, helicopters, boats. Nobody knows where it is gone. Nobody knows where it is now. And that boat is specifically used to strike targets. It is specifically used to smash bad guys. We have seen a lot of moves. In Venezuela. Publicly is mobilizing its militia. It's putting guns in people's hands. It's getting ready to fight. But privately, and I've talked about this before, it is begging other countries to go to Trump privately. It is begging other countries to get someone to make a deal. Now, Trump is a deal maker. He likes to make deals, but I don't think there's a deal to be made in this situation. And it appears Venezuela's attempts, even though it's worth noting, Venezuela bragged about cutting off communication first and then secretly went to other countries and said, hey, can you please help us? We'll make a deal with America. We just don't want to be overthrown. But publicly, they're like, no more talking with America. We're going to go to war. And now it appears the U.S. has repaid the favor. This comes from the New York Times. It says Trump calls off diplomatic outreach to Venezuela. The move paves the way for a possible military escalation against drug traffickers or the government of Nicolas Maduro. It says President Trump has called off efforts to reach a diplomatic agreement with Venezuela, according to U.S. officials, paving the way for a potential military escalation against drug traffickers or the government of Nicolas Maduro. Richard Grenell, a special presidential envoy and executive director of the Kennedy Center, has been leading negotiations with Mr. Maduro and other top Venezuelan officials. But during a meeting with senior military leaders on Thursday, Mr. Trump called, I don't know why they call Mr. Trump, it should be President Trump, called Mr. Grenell and instructed him that all diplomatic outreach, including his talks with Mr. Maduro, was to stop, the officials said on Monday. So we have completely cut off all diplomatic outreach to Venezuela. No more talking. No more negotiations. The phone lines have been cut. The phones are down. We will not be speaking to them. We are now taking a very different path. It says Mr. Trump has grown frustrated with Mr. Maduro's failure to accede to American demands to give up power voluntarily and the continued insistence by Venezuelan officials that they have no part in drug trafficking. American officials have said that the Trump administration has drawn up multiple military plans for escalation. So there we go again. The plans for war have been drawn up. The plans to strike Venezuela are ready to roll. They are just waiting for the green light. You think we have 8 warships parked off the coast of Venezuela to blow up drug boats? No. You can blow up drug boats with helicopters and drones. We have 8 warships off the coast of Venezuela carrying, I believe they said, like a total of 1,200 cruise missiles are staged in the area. They're there to smash Maduro. Those operations could also include plans designed to force Mr. Maduro from power. Literally what I just said. Marco Rubio, the Secretary of State and National Security Advisor, has called Mr. Maduro an illegitimate leader and repeatedly cited a U.S. indictment of him on drug trafficking charges. Mr. Rubio has described Mr. Maduro as a fugitive from American justice, and the United States increased the reward for Mr. Maduro to $50 million. A White House official said Mr. Trump was prepared to use every element of American power to stop drugs from entering the United States and has been clear in his messages to Mr. Maduro to end Venezuela narcotics trafficking. Mr. Grinnell declined to comment, as did a senior Venezuelan official. Mr. Rubio and his allies in the Trump administration have been pushing a strategy to drive Mr. Maduro from power. American officials say Mr. Maduro directs drug cartels operating in Venezuela, a charge the Venezuelan government denies. On Friday, the U.S. military struck another boat in international waters near Venezuela, killing 4 men. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth announced it was the 4th known attack by American military forces against vessels the administration has claimed were trafficking narcotics. Mr. Grinnell has been negotiating with Mr. Maduro for months, though those talks have intensified in recent weeks as the U.S. military began striking boats. Last month, Mr. Maduro wrote a letter to Mr. Trump denying his country trafficked drugs and offering to conduct further negotiations with the United States through Grinnell. Grinnell has tried to fashion a deal that would avoid a larger conflict and give American companies access to Venezuelan oil. But Mr. Rubio and his allies have come to believe Mr. Grinnell's efforts were unhelpful in creating confusion, according to a person briefed on the matter. In a notice to Congress last week, the Trump administration said the United States was engaged in a formal armed conflict with the drug cartels. The drug cartels, the notice said, were terrorist organizations, correct, and cartel members smuggling drugs were considered unlawful combatants. Taken with the decision to call off diplomacy, the notice appeared to be a signal that the United States planned to escalate the military operations. Some current and former officials have said Mr. Trump could authorize strikes against drug cartels inside Mexico, though it is not clear if the president has done so or what military plan he might approve. The U.S. military has claimed that its strikes against boats carrying narcotics have taken place in international waters. Advocates of diplomacy within the Trump administration worry that any further expansion of anti-narcotics campaign into Venezuela itself or any direct effort to force Mr. Maduro from power would risk the United States in a bigger war. So I'm going to pull this off the screen now. So that is what we know. Negotiations with Maduro have ended. The military has the plans ready to strike, ready to roll. The plans to strike, ready to roll. All signs now point to a massive military escalation. Like I said at the beginning of the video, when the talking stops, the shooting starts. And we have completely gone silent on the Venezuelans. Again, the Venezuelans tried to publicly claim they were going silent on us while still trying to negotiate behind the scenes so that Maduro could stay in power. No more. They had every chance in the world to give up, to stop the drugs, to stop the criminals, and they chose not to. They chose to continue down the path that brought pain, carnage, and chaos to the United States of America. And in return, the United States of America will respond at a time and location of our choosing. And that location is going to be somewhere in Venezuela. And for the sake of Maduro, he better hope it's not his little bunker he's hiding in, because if he thinks his bunker is going to stop a GBU-57 after what we watched in Iran over the summer, then he's out of his mind. It's just that simple. You cannot allow these terrorists, these drug traffickers, and Maduro, who is backing them, to unleash what they've unleashed on the American people. And at some point, justice must be served. And it appears we are very close to that point. This, folks, is incredibly serious. And I hope you understand the stakes of what we're dealing with here. Look at any war in history, in modern history. When negotiations end, and diplomacy is no longer an option, that leaves the only other option to be the military option, which is the option Rubio and Trump and likely Hegseth have only ever wanted here. They do not want peace with Venezuela. They want to hit hard, hit fast, get rid of Maduro, get rid of the regime that protects the drug cartels, that protects the criminals, that protects TDA. They want them all gone. And now Maduro is realizing he's backed into a corner. So the question is, how does he lash out? He knows in a direct military confrontation, his forces are going to get steamrolled by America. That's just a fact. Might not be a fun fact for him, but it is a fact nonetheless. So what does he do? How does he respond? I do not have a good answer for you, but I know we are as close as we've ever been to bombing Venezuela, and cutting off all diplomacy is a clear sign something big is coming down the pipeline. We've got them surrounded. The boats are in position. The missiles are in position. The stealth fighters are in position. Our ghost ship is off the grid, but somewhere in the region. We're ramping this thing up. And for the sake and safety of our people, we better hope it works, because we cannot allow these people to continue to do what they've done to us. But I want to know what you think. Let me know in the comments below. Do you want to see President Trump bomb Venezuela, or should we give diplomacy another chance? Let me know in the comments below. Please make sure to like and subscribe. Totally free. Cost you absolutely nothing at all. Huge boost to the channel. Hit that bell. All notifications turned on. You won't miss a thing. And then right here, Instagram, David_Hookstead, X, D Hookstead. That's where you can find me on social media. My DMs are wide open. Reach out with any tips or anything you have. I'll see you all next time.